Welcome to Bitcoin Daily. Test, 1, 2. Yeah, it's working. Welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. 7 p.m. time on the dollar. We do the show every day, Monday to Friday, because we gotta know what's happening with Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything else. And guys, I know we are not on the dollar, but I was up late night, last night, very late, and then today I wake up late, and then stuff happens. So you gotta live with it. Take what you get. How's everybody doing in the chat? I'm seeing that Bitcoin is down another 6% towards downside. It just keeps on bleeding. The big questions are how this is gonna end, where the bottom is, and so forth. So we're gonna look at it. We're gonna also look at DXY. It is bouncing a little bit up here on the bottom. So will the DXY get the reversal and dump us even more towards downside? That's the big question up here. It's going out in this channel. So we're gonna analyze a little bit chart, see how this looks, where the bottom might be, and so forth. Let me just see this line up here. Maybe somewhere down there. We're gonna see. We're getting pretty close, I think, to some kind of bottom. There is this line over here at 17K. That might be very interesting to watch, because oftentimes when you get these kind of wicks towards downside, you get another pull back down to that line. So will we get some kind of double bottom on the wicks or not? That's the good question to see. Also gonna look at a little bit at RSI and see how that's actually playing out. How's everybody in the chat doing, guys? Nate Spurs, yo, what's up? Hello, man. Anovinet, what's up? Rolo, hey, how you doing? Nate Spurs, Bitcoin going off a cliff. Yeah, definitely going off a cliff right now. Have you had FTT token in your portfolio because you were too bullish on it? No, I did not. I never owned any FTT or coins or anything like that. But NFT and FTT right now is a different bag. So let me show you up here on FTT, just a second up here. FTT minus 22% more down. If you look at it on the daily time, actually on the weekly time frame, what you're gonna see here that when the FUD came out or something like that, right? We are all the way up here. Now, this could have been resolved if the FTX have made some kind of deal with somebody else and did not sell the company and actually managed to get out of the liquidity crisis or insolvency crisis. Now, this might have just went down and gone through the roof, but this actually broke on the downside over here, and you can see right now it's still falling down. It's down another 22%. So the big thing I think is that people thinking that FTT token is no longer worth anything because Binance is buying FTX, and they'll probably change to BNB or something like that. I don't know how that's gonna work out, whether there is any kind of use case for the FTT token or stuff like that. Will the exchange still be alive, or are they just gonna liquidate the company and take all over the assets of the company? I don't know how that's gonna work out, but I think people are pricing in that FTT token right now, it's not worth that much. Now up here it was a different ball, different game. Down here I'm thinking a little bit differently. That's just how our life works, right? So there is that. People that I was saying that it's gonna go down to zero got it right. Bragging rights, you're welcome. So forth. Eyes of Lazar, the end. Touch Ring Racing, good morning, how you doing, man? Vinat 1424 7 bull market 7. It gets the target gets lower every time, guys. The target gets lower. I sold my FTT way back, thank God. Bitcoin will be 25K by tomorrow. Time to buy. I'm still bulla and will always be bulla. La la. Nice. Eat 4K by end of year. A little bit unsure about that, but sure, man. Why not? 100x low. It's bleeding, guys. It's bleeding. Enough respect for TLI crew. Are we just going down because it hit 200 weekly moving averages? The weekly 200 moving averages. Did we hit the 200 moving average on the weekly? I'm thinking you're thinking of exponential moving averages, because exponential moving average might have been hit. Let me check it out here, up here on the chart. So let's pull out the exponential moving averages. Nothing happening up here on this exponentials. So I don't know what 200 moving averages you are talking about actually. Monthly, weekly, randomly. We did not hit anything. You are probably thinking about 200 moving average on crypto market cap. I think I saw somebody talking about that. I'm in Thailand now, so it's all cool having these later. Nice. It's gotta bounce soon. Way too many shorts. Whether it gotta bounce or not gotta bounce, we're gonna see that. But it's getting pretty low. It's getting pretty low. Hi, Vanilla, why you doing, man? Exchange going back from bankrupt again. I'm a little bit unsure about that. Binance will survive big time. Long Mountain, Almania, the research selling Sol for liquidity, Sol going to 2.5. Yeah, there's also a problem with Sol from what I've gathered, and Sol is down right now something like 30% down, but you know, it's a little bit you know, sell-off happening up here. So you know, the question is how this will actually play out. Oh my god, it's Judgment Day. Mohammed, how you doing, man? Borhart, sold to one, it was a scam all along. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I was actually listening to Ivan Attack talking about Solana, and he was talking about who can run nodes. And Google is running Solana nodes, so... and he said that only these big players can actually run Solana. So I don't know whether that was the FUD or just, you know, a good thing about Solana. So there is that. I want to see you trading today. Make it more interesting day. Yeah, we need to start trading, guys. I think my channel will explode if we start trading. That's the thing. Doesn't matter if you win or lose, but you know, as long as you trade, I think people like that. Solana dumping BUSD chart more than USDT. Yes, that's because, and this is one thing I want to say to you, because oftentimes people are looking at BUSD chart and not USDT chart. You know, Tether chart versus Binance Coin chart. Now the thing is, the price will always dump more on the pairs that are where the liquidity is connected to a coin that has, you know, less liquidity on the exchanges, right? So when you see something dumping, if people are selling BUSD, there is not so much, you know, buyers and sellers, and of course the price dumps more. So it is always a good thing to look for, you know, high liquidity coins like USDT, where you can actually sell without pushing price too much down. So there is that. Solana dumping on BUSD chart. Why Asrama going down so much? I don't know. Don't be scary, just buy. Roshten is bullish. Okay, guys, let's see what's happening. Bitcoin is down 6.67% today. And we are right now sitting at almost the target down here at the bottom. Let's just clean up all the lines up here. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that happened yesterday. First thing first, you're going to notice on the daily time frame that we did not break the support down here at 18.456. This support over here at 18.456, that actually held up here. So we actually closed above the support, which is actually good because this is technically the last support on the charts that are right now closed. So if you look at a 2-day chart as well, we closed above the support, which is actually good, right? I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. Now, the weekly time frame, we are below the previous low down here right now, but the good thing about this is that we still got the divergence, and it's, you know, divergence is still going on. Now, divergence right now, it's very sketchy. It's very sketchy because if we continue dumping down here, there will be no divergence, guys. There will be no divergence. And like we always say, although divergences are, you know, could indicate some kind of reversal, something like that, they could also, you know, correct itself and just continue in the direction they are going. So if this continues dumping on downside, there will be no divergence on the weekly time frame, which might actually be very bad for us because we are getting a lower low without any kind of divergence, and then, you know, we can do another move towards downside, something like that. Will we right now, after this big move towards downside, just continue dumping all the way down to 10K or 5K or 6K or 0 or something like that? I don't know, guys. This looks a little bit sketchy to me right now. So the thing that I'm actually looking at right now is this 4-hourly time frame. 4-hourly time frame. I'm looking at this previous button down here that we made at 17K. So my theory is right now that this move up here is going down to, you know, again to touch the same level down here at 17K before it actually goes towards the upside. We had some kind of moves up here. What is it? Let's go to small time frames up here. Where did they actually start? It started going towards the upside, downside down here. Yeah, we had some kind of, there was this line that we are looking at over here. We had some kind of moves up here. Sorry about that. We had some kind of moves up here, trying to climb up here, but then we failed that and we continue down. But we are continuing like in a waterfall way towards downside down here. Now this is going a little bit too fast, so I'm expecting some kind of bounce up here. The question is if this bounce will actually get very nice. Now this line is no longer in effect up here. This is the line that we need to look for right now to, you know, start any kind of trend towards upsides. So right now up here around 18.2, 18.3, if we can get above 18.2, 18.3, that would be the best case scenario right now over here, because right now this this downtrend over here, this short-term downtrend is going something like this over here. And although we are big time on downside, I'm looking again to get above 18.3 to actually correct anything that that's what are you gonna say? Correct anything that's bad right now. So, you know, we gotta get back above this trend line over here. We are not quite there yet. We are right now retesting this level down here, 17K. So if you inverse the chart a little bit, you know, it looks like, you know, some kind of exhaustion pattern up here towards the top. We're gonna see if we can actually break this level down here again or not, because this needs to break, and then you know, it needs to break the trend, and once it breaks the trend, that's the good stuff, right? So this is the line that we are following right now over here, and this line needs to be broken. So as long as this line is not broken, we might actually look for, you know, further moves towards the downside. When it comes to the RSI, where is the RSI? Let me just look at something like this up here. The 4-hourly RSI is creating a divergence on the chart. Again, the RSI is a lagging indicator, does need to be played out, but right now, if you see in the chart over here, we hit something like, you know, 13 up here right now, and right now it's still going towards downside. It's still going a little bit towards us. So there is some kind of divergence on the chart up here. The momentum on the 4-hourly has been bleeding, and right now it is increasing towards downside over here as well. The only hopium we have right now is some kind of support will hold, but supports are not actually holding right now. It does look a little bit weak when you look at the chart up here, especially on this move towards the upside. I was looking at it, right? I was looking at this move towards the upside, and then this bleed down here, right? I was looking at that, and I was like, it just, you know, it should, you know, especially up here on the 3-hour time frame. Let me show you up here. I was looking at this move up here, right? It went up, and then it was doing this move up here. These moves usually have, you know, a nice bounce up here towards the upside, but we failed the bounce. We went down, then we tried to go above the moving averages and bounce. We failed that again, so we're going down again. So there is a lot, still a lot, you know, selling pressure towards downside. So how far down we're gonna go, that depends. Right now -6%, so I'm guessing, you know, altcoins are bleeding again. Now the good thing is that some altcoins are not bleeding that much. So yesterday, if you saw that, altcoins were bleeding down like 20%, almost, you know, everything was -15 to 20% down. Today there is, you know, a little bit hopium. ADA is only down like, you know, 6%, Ethereum Classic 7%, Shiba 6.6%, Dogecoin only 8%, Qcoin only 7%, BGB 3%. BGB is actually done well yesterday. Mana is down only 7%. You know, they are not in double digits number just yet. You know, VeChain is down only 6%. So they're falling kind of Bitcoin with this 6% move towards downside. They are not, I think altcoins are getting, you know, bottom out a little bit. And when you look at the correlation between Bitcoin and altcoins, you can also see that, for example, that oftentimes when Bitcoin will dump down like something like 5%, and then, you know, altcoins will be down like 2-3%, something, you know, something mismatches, right? Something mismatches. Yesterday they were pretty correlated, you know, big dump on Bitcoin, big dump on everything else, very correlated. But right now I think this correlation is, you know, losing a little bit pace. It might be that. So we are getting this bottom down here, maybe, or down here at the bottom, down here at what, this is the wrong chart up here. Maybe this bottom, you know, retesting this, you know, previous week down on the downside, and we are getting, you know, hopefully getting bounce. I think the bounce is gonna come, but this bounce that comes over here right now needs to get above this level up here eventually, right? Needs to get above this level up here eventually if you want to see any kind of, you know, move towards the upside. Right now we're sitting at 17.4, so, you know, it's a little bit hard to say what's gonna happen next, and I don't see any kind of, you know, big what are you gonna say? I don't see any kind of big patterns on the chart that might actually help us, you know, understand what's going on better. The daily is down, sitting down here at 30 levels up here, but it can, you know, in any kind of big moves towards downside down here, you can see here we came to some kind of, you know, down here. Actually up here we came to the 30 level, and then we dumped all the way down here. So you know, we did another, you know, 33% move from you know, from 30 levels up here all the way down to 20 levels. So pushing the daily time frame on the RSI from, you know, 30 to 20 couldn't dump us down 30%. That could definitely happen. So we are not overextend. We are at some kind of, you know, low levels on the RSI when it comes to the daily time frame, but not something, you know, extreme. You know, the extreme levels are very much more important than, you know, regular levels. But these extreme levels, like over here, this you know, very close, these extreme levels, we are not quite there yet. Will we go to these extreme levels? That depends to be seen, because these extreme levels indicate bottoms, right? So, or some kind of bottoms, right? They are very low. So right now, technically speaking, if this continues towards downside below the support, we might see, you know, more dumps and, you know, even lower, you know, levels on the RSI. So you cannot say that RSI is showing that there is any kind of bottom or anything like that. The same thing goes for on the 2-day time frame. We are on a 35 RSI or something like that. Weekly time frame up here at 34. So, you know, we don't have these, you know, extreme overextensions at like 25 levels on the RSI or something like that. But will we see another level down here again after this capitulation? I think it's capitulation. I have really hard to believe that. Let's go up here a little bit. Up here it actually did happen. Up here it actually did happen. So you can see here what happened up here. But this was the first move down. This was the first move down, right? This actually made the lower low, but this low down here, all the way up here at 30 or something like that, that was a 30 level. So when we came to 27 level, the next move towards downside came only down to 36, right? And every consecutive move, like it did not go below previous low. It did not go below previous low. Now I've been saying before that this bottom looks like something like 2014, 2015 bottom, right? So technically we should not, on the weekly time frame, let's go to the weekly time frame up here. Technically this low, this weekly low towards downside should not go below previous lows down here at 24. So we are right now pulling back. How much we're gonna pull back, I'm a little bit unsure about that. But if we go below previous low, I think something might be, on the wrong side of Bitcoin up here. Let me see this line up here. I think this is modernist line is up here. This on the weekly time frame, so we are still below it, but we still got 4 days left on the weekly, so it's really hard to say what's gonna happen on the weekly because we have no closes on the weekly time frame. For all we know, it just might bounce back up above the 20 moving average. For all we know, it might continue down here and close down here. So it's really hard to say what's gonna happen. And this divergence up here on the weekly time frame is not really helpful in any kind of way, shape, or form. So there is that. Monthly time frame is still pushing on the downside down here, but it looks like it's slowly losing a little bit pace up here. So there's that, guys. What I'm looking at right now, let's go back again to the 4-hourly time frame up here. That's this bottom down here, this secondary touch on the bottom. Whether we're gonna hit that or not, that kind of depends. There we go, some kind of recovery up here, but I say like nothing is done until I would say it's not just enough to get above it. I think we gotta get above it, and we need to bounce big time. Because if you do something like this over here and you see weakness in the price movement, that's not actually moving towards upside. That's actually gonna be very, very bad, right? Just like over here when we had this move up here, right? We had this trend over here, and you saw that once we broke the trend over here, we kind of went sideways up here. There was no bounce, there was no bullishness, there was still a lot of selling going on. So this move up here, if it gets above 18.3 or something like that, we need to see some kind of decisive move towards the upside. Because if you don't see that, if you see some kind of shaky stuff going on, and price failing to go higher, maybe even go below this previous low, that can actually be bad. Of course, you can just do something like this and then continue going down, but I'm saying if in case go above the resistance, it needs to show bullishness towards the upside. So hopefully some kind of good news will come out of the Binance or something like that, FTX, and bounce. 16.1 TL. I remember the 8 pole. No, I do not want to remember the 8 pole. The 8 pole had blood moon yesterday, so it was a little bit grumpy. So we can ask the 8 pole right now. Just a second up here. Were you grumpy last night and was just messing with us? My sources say no. She's still grumpy. She's still grumpy. We're gonna ask her when she stops being, the blood moon, it can last for 3 days, a week's time. We're gonna ask her after a week. Maybe she's gonna be feeling a little bit better then. There is that. So we got some kind of recovery up here, but it's this move towards upside is only because we are a little bit extended on the time frames up here. So we're gonna see. But overall, it does look messy. It does look bad. So I don't know how long this FTT, FUD, FTT stuff is gonna go, because right now a lot of information is out about Binance and FTX and stuff like that, right? So the question becomes, what's gonna happen next? Okay, so we can assume that the FTT coin is going to zero. Okay, it goes to zero, but why does everything else has to go to zero, right? So yeah, I think they're using this this event to push the price lower to buy cheaper, like CZ said they want to buy cheap. It might be that, but you never know. So the question is, right now we at 17k. Are we going down to 15k? Are we going down to, are we going at 15k? Are we going down to, 12k, 10k? How far down can we go down here without actually getting these extreme oversold levels and so forth, right? Price always goes down faster, up faster than it goes down. So the question is when this will actually start going up. It's not yet. It's not yet. So that's what I got for you guys. I gotta go because wife is going. I need to take care of the kids and I need to do stuff. So I just want to do a quick stream. Bye now. Same set at 30, 28. My life is ruined. It's gonna fix itself. It's okay, man. I think this is a bigger market move. The riskier assets unload first. Nasdaq to follow. Yeah, we forgot to talk about the DXY. The DXY right now is still at the support down here. Now the problem is it is at support. So Nasdaq, sorry, DXY is on the support, and the stock market is at resistance. You know, so it's a little bit different ball game, right? So stock market at resistance, DXY at support. You know, inverse correlation or something like that. So if DXY pumps, everything dumps from the resistance. Yeah, you know, gotta be careful about that. Gotta watch also the, you know, what's gonna happen when it comes to, you know, DXY. DXY is really important to watch for right now, I think. And right now it is sitting on this support. This is the kind of last support, and it did kind of break, you know, some levels of you know, some trends up here. Broke the trend, retest the trend. Then we have this secondary trend up here. Let's just remove all the lines so we can see that a little bit better. Secondary trend up here, which we did not break yet. So, you know, this trend over here got broken down. This trend over here did not broke, but here, you know, we just see it over here. This line right now, this level, 109 point something, it needs to break down if you are gonna see, you know, majestic pumps on everything, right? But might be a little bit too much hopium, and this might actually do another move, big move towards, you know, 120 or something like that. Crazy moves towards the upside. Break this towards the upside, explode towards the upside, because it did not break the trend. It did not break the trend. So it's been consolidating. Altcoin is the same position when I enter crypto. 100, nice. Don't be scared, just buy. Well, look at that chat. BTC is that number 764. What? Why did I buy crypto? My life is ruined. Yeah, people are in despair right now. I don't know. What do you call the chart? Bitcoin market cycle chart. This one, right? So we are right now at a depression. My retirement money is lost. How can I pay for all this new stuff? I'm an idiot. Anger. Who shorted the market? That's the first, like, anxiety, right? Denial, panic. We came in there. Who shorted the market, right? And right now we are going into this, you know, depression phase down here. My retirement money is lost. How can I pay for all this new stuff? I'm an idiot, right? Or maybe, or just maybe, let's copy the chart. Where is the chart? Let's copy the chart. Let's copy the chart and add it up here, right? And, you know, just copy the chart and put up here. Maybe, just maybe, this last phase down here, right? Maybe, let's say, you can see up here, right? We came down here to the bottom, right? And then we did, you know, this move up here, this move, you know, we are very angry, right? We were angry. And then we did this move towards the upside, right? Towards the upside, and then we bled down, right? And then we got into depression, right? Into depression. And then this move towards the upside, that's, you know, disbelief, you know, rally. Oh, we are going up, right? But you can see here that, you know, disbelief rally, you know, goes into this, you know, spring phase, and then we get a hope. And then we get hope. You know, optimism and euphoria. Maybe this is the last phase. Maybe, just maybe. I'm gonna leave you with that. You know, panic you can have for another day. I mean, I think we are past the panic part right now. People are already panicking right now, I think. So that might be a good thing for us. But it does look, you know, Bitcoin does look indeed very, very weak right now. So, you know, we need to see some kind of bullishness, some kind of movement. Right now, I'm not seeing that. Yeah, hopium. Called hopium, called whichever you want to call it. But, you know, we need to see some decisive moves towards the, you know, to above the resistance. So this is right now, this is the line that I'm looking for. And I think this line needs to be broken, you know, sooner rather than later. And, you know, that's gonna be around down here at you know, something like up here. It goes up here, you know, something like that. Yeah, 18.2, 18.3, give or take. That's the level I'm looking for. If you get above 18.2, 18.3, I think we're gonna be fine. Don't be scared, homies. There you go. Mladen said it. Don't be scared. CZ will save us. CZ will save us. Elon will save. Elon and CZ will save us, guys. It's okay. There will be bull run eventually. But maybe, just maybe, we're gonna go down to 15k, 10k or something like that. I still don't believe in those numbers. Like we said, it could go down lower. It still goes down lower, but I might be a little bit biased, but you know, I have a hard time believing that it's gonna go down to very, very low. That's just me. That said, I know some other people on some other, you know, social media have been calling for doomsday, you know, times. Can these doomsday times happen? Yes, they might happen. We don't know. So we are having hope as long as there is, you know, hope to be had. Because if you don't have hope, like what's left? What's left? Guys, thanks for stopping by. We said we may have spring. The spring can still happen on the daily time frame up here. We can still bounce. The spring can still happen. It can be also a spring on the weekly time frame. We can close down here on the weekly time frame and still get a spring towards the upside. I mean, the spring can always happen. We just don't know. We just don't know. But you know, technically I like these you know, moves down here. And I don't know if you remember, but we said after, you know, this move up here, we might get another move like, yeah, okay, I did not think that this go this low, but you know, we get another move up here and then break towards the upside, right? Now that can happen as well. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. I gotta really go. I'm 2 minutes past my, you know, streaming time because she said like, you know, 45 and now it's 47, so she's gonna yell at me. Nice. Now, wife is nice. Wife is nice. Thanks, guys, for stopping by. I'm gonna see you later. You know what to do with Qcoin, you know, link and stuff like that. I hope you know Qcoin doesn't get liquidity issues because everybody's gonna blame me for the affiliate links and stuff like that. But you know, there's that. Have a nice day, guys. Bye bye.